Welcome to game one, obviously on Arabia, because this is Masters of Arabia, and the ship is Burmese for game one. We have Joro in the red and Andy on the blue, so that's also the option. So you can bet on round of 16 in the winner bracket from Masters of Arabia 2. 2 stables only for Andy, well, 7 racks. Okay, that's not many elephants. Four stables here and 8 racks for Joro. Come on, betting 10 is cheesy, guys. And yeah, Joro did lose a villager to Andy's scout here. Very forward and all to the left goals for Andy there. While we do have, where's the neutral goals? Okay, also here, so he only needs kind of to secure his corner. Whereas this neutral gold is needed for Joro there. His main gold is to the front, but the other 2 golds are nicely tucked in the back there. Wow, that's interesting. Email factor. What does it say? Night Earth? I don't want to bet more, Joro. Let's see. 1 villager advantage so far. Let's see how the only... Okay, that's his 3rd stable, so he's going in the end also for 3 stables now. 4 for Joro though. So a bit more elephants for Joro, starting with champions as well. I wonder about that a bit, because they should still lose to elephants pretty big time. Go big or go to bed. There's X Factor, and I agree with that. So good night. Joke. Yeah, some hill presence here now coming up for Joro. Bigger hills is here to the left, somewhat to the direction of these 2 goals. Some raids going on as well. So we're at only 9 villager for FreakinAndy now, so he lost something to those cavaliers there. X Factor, yeah, I think you're all but undefeated in betting. We're nearing us a big battle. Oh, they're starting with bombard cannons, okay. Now also has adding some scorpions, but started off with bombard cannons and did snipe the scorpions off FreakinAndy. Now has some scorpions from itself. That's interesting, because usually you see scorpions first, bombard cannons after. But yeah, seems to be working out quite nice. Why are we going back here? Not sure, but I think Joro should win that fight still. Probably wanted the infantry units in the front and the elephants in the back. Also, maybe the champions are obviously to counter the halberdiers. Seeing that there isn't too many stables from Andy. I think that was a reaction to that. Some development here, even TCing the neutral gold that is right next to Andy's base. Quite some confidence for Joro there. You can't bet on me. Yeah, options are red and blue. But glad to see you back, green dude. Also, hi Keller. And TP again. This is quite central, these fights. Also, we're controlling the relics here. Map control wise looks good for Joro, and he's also on that important hill there. So the main gold could be in danger, or he could go towards these golds here, as I said already, even TCing what is like kind of Andy's neutral gold. Andy sucks. All these hashtags from Mr. Kellerman. Yeah, Joro sucks in the 2v2 tournament. Now we have Andy sucks. Good. It is indeed looking good for Joro, who's also adding some Aaron by that we had quite some conversation on during the earlier set between Lyrics and Dragonstone. Now, good amount of bombard cannons for Andy. Let's see if he can keep them alive. Halberdiers are going after them and the elephants, and he has to retreat with them. Will lose 1, probably 2 of them. And I can save quite some of them. That shot was going nowhere though. And where are they now? Okay, they're here. But yeah, being pushed back big time. Also more bombard cannons added by Joro. Population is 100 for Andy, 170 for Joro. So wow, another upsetty game 1 here, right? Indeed. Second game today where the underdog wins the Burmese war, and Joro is in the lead with a 1-0 over FreakinAndy here, who by the seeding is favored. Let me check the seeds real quick. The seeds were seed 7 versus seed 10. Okay, it's not that big of a difference here. Yeah, GG. Well played by Joro, and Kella's also against Darrenby, as I was pointing out earlier. You don't think that's an upset? Yeah, maybe not. But the seeding was 7 to 10, right? And I think you... I mean, I'm the only admin who wasn't involved in the seeding. So I can freely blame it on you guys, right? Also, market taken there, I think, for Andy. But he still lost. So yeah, well played by Mr. Joro. He didn't want those points anyway. Oh god. Factor again losing his muscles as always. And yeah, you can see the timeline how Joro took some great fights on that hill with the early bombard cannons and then the scorpions behind that. Yeah, but Joro just never played in tourneys, so he can't be seeded higher. Yeah, true. Last time he played a tournament, he had a close set against Viper, right? Okay, let me check AV2.net where we are on the next game. And we have a Burmese war, guys, for game 2. So that's what, who picked that? Andy picked. Something that Chris also played in the finals against Frost in the finals of the last Masters of Arabia. Wait, who was what color? It was Joro, so red one. And here's the bet for game 2. Welcome to Burgundian War for game 2. Home map pick of FreakinAndy, who's starting with only 2 stables again. Yet again, like not much cavalry start. Okay, there's the third one. And 4 Rex. And on the other side, Joro's build looking more beautiful. Also only 2 stables at 8 barracks. Wow. Should save that villager. Indeed he does. And that one should also not go down. Let's see at the other hand side. Andy playing his 3rd tournament today. By the way, I don't know the result of Real Crown because I only watched the first 4 games and then I was casting the other Master Arabia set, so I'll watch it after and be thankful for no spoilers, just for me personally. TC is now coming up, working on some castles to get the unique units out probably. Nobody seems to be going for hand cannoneers. That's always an option in Burgundians, but an option that, like, I would say most people don't take. Spring did very successfully against Cameron in World Cup, for example, though. And pop-wise, military is exactly equal. Joro lost quite some villagers here to the rush. We have paladins up. They look fully upgraded, but they don't have bloodlines. So they aren't the most amazing paladins. And no castle being built for Joro. So he's not going for a unique unit as of yet. Instead trying to go for a lot of racks, but some of them aren't built yet. Map-wise, all the goals in the north of Andy's base there could be threatened by this hill, but also only 1 region to secure, and again very close neutral gold for him. While the neutral gold for Joro is in a much worse position, kind of in between both of the players. X-Factor this time changing sides, betting on Joro. Potato Dude is going with Andy. Really great map for Andy. Yeah, with the neutrals, as I said. Joro's looking to get this hill. That should secure him his kind of neutral gold, but there's Coustillier on the way. These guys can one-shot villagers. What? Why is it showing 11 plus 4 now? It is charged, no? Shouldn't it say like plus 35? Oh, no, this one says plus 34. Huh. I guess when they're not charged, it doesn't say it. But he didn't kill all the villagers. There's still a villager left building their castle there. Some action in the back of the base as well. Andy doing the usual back raids. It did stop the TC production here quite nicely from Joro. So that's looking good for him. He might lose this hill. Also needs to secure the north with the golds though. Some units are there. We lose this army. And yeah, Joro's kind of sitting on all the hills so far. Also the one in the middle here. And he's trying to go for this relic there. And did stop that castle for now, but this one will go up. And Joro also stopped Andy's castle here, attacking from the south, which is where no golds are. There's just a stone there and a castle, so I don't know how much there is to gain. Plus 34, is this new? Maybe got one down? Wasn't it 35 before? And before that 45 or something? I'm not sure, but changing it by one seems a bit weird. But I think they were really good in RM now, so maybe they nerfed them again? I need Burgundians. Like, what is this attack? Well, Coustillier always had that, right? The charge bonus. And then they attack with it once, and after that they need to reload here. Like, this was not Age of Empires, but a different game. See, now they only have 11 plus 4. And it's clearly changed at this shows. But yeah, good control here on the south. South isn't too much important, it's more for that gold there. And I think Andy can defend there for quite a while, but the middle control for Joro as well. Andy now going to the initial gold that he kind of got gifted in his corner there. Villager-wise, big difference though, 62 for FreakinAndy, who's already getting some farms up, and Joro's also getting farms up, but he has only 2 on gold, only 31 villagers, so that's kind of the big issue. Already out of gold, a bit in the queue still. So that should give an advantage to Andy once the first armies are dead, that he has a way quicker economy here. As you can see here, his development, and since these TCs were denied for quite a while, also a lot of idols there for Joro. And Andy's trying to push here, maybe a bit too early. Well, I saw a castle going down. What was that? I heard it, but I didn't see it. And castle in the middle for Joro is still up. He still has good control. The question is, can he buy enough time until he has an eco up? So far he's taking good fights from the hills, and he has to push uphill kinda everywhere. Instead, the only other option would be going completely north, where there's not too much to gain. There's a lot of trebuchets walking on their castle, but on the hill it's living quite long, also being constantly repaired by these 5 guys. But now Joro is kinda out of army. One had 37 pop, now only halberdiers in the queue. Started Fudico maybe a bit too early, as we don't see many on gold. And the castle does fall. What is so bad from Andy? The fights he took earlier? Yeah. But he did get the important position now that gives him the second neutral gold. Has bombard cannons out as well, just slaughtering these trebuchets. So yeah, I'd still say it's looking really good for Andy, looking at only 11 on gold and no gold in the bank for Joro, while Andy has 54 on gold and a solid bank here. Sorry for the bit of lag that we're having. But Andy's just cleaning all the castles now. Hey, thanks for the follow, Dragonstar. I don't know why you were not followed, but I'm glad you have followed me now. Yeah, he can't know that Joro had no eco. He would have thought that Joro would have had eco, is what you're trying to say. Adrian for no worries, man. Thanks for the follow now. And congrats on your win earlier against the Lyrics. That was hard fought. First game especially, and then I think the third game was also a pretty close one. The other two were good shows of force from your side. Now quite some army around this hill here, and I don't really see what Joro can do. Let's take a look at his eco. Okay, picking it up now, but still only 16 on gold. Significant farm count, so I think we went on food a bit too early and on villages a bit too late. Well, we're 38. Quite balanced now for Andy. He will lack wood though, but this armada of traps is taking down stuff quite quickly. Some action there, trying to sneak some villagers, and there's a break by Andy. Is there a forbidden structure somewhere? I guess we're playing on. Kellett just with his sucky hashtag. Dude, take it start rooting for Joro, but in vain. Andy equals up the series and takes it to a 1-1 on his home map because he had eco and Joro had none. Even though taking map control quite well, taking good fights for Joro was just not enough with 26 villages against 62 here, and yeah, very late on gold. Nothing to stop this force of traps, Coustilliers, bombard cannons with some helps in the mix. Well played to Andy, who had a very comfortable map as well. Have to point that out. Probably inciting Joro for not reciting, I would expect. It's not a reason to pause, right? The pause makes the game go even longer, rather. Alright, that was game 2 for you. I have to refill my water. I assume they are in lobby stage. No, are they already started? Then I guess I'm going to do the water after the game. Okay, they have started. Cuban War, so let's get in it before it's over. Cuban Wars can be quick. The winner was Andy in the blue, I think. And the bet for the next one is up as well. Damn, you were right on the eco. It stopped all Joro's momentum. Indeed. How did Joro win game 1? He took really good fights in the middle, started off with a few bombard cannons and scorpions there, and you take all the hills and good map control. You don't have to vote, you have to bet, Green Dude. And welcome to game 3, Cuban War as the home map for Joro. So let's see if he can make it up with his start and come into a 2-1 lead. 6 stables for Joro to the north and 8 stables. Feels a bit too much from Andy to the south. I thought Joro was the fan of big build orders. See if we can get some villager picks with the scout here. I have to actually not see anything because I need to clean my glasses. It's still it's lul. No one just lost 6-6 and the Lancers are out. Good amount of bets going on. Again, this time very forward and unfortunate goals for Andy here, I would say. More comfortable goals for Joro. Neutrals both on the right side, but let's watch the slaughter first. Joro, one villager behind. Losing these house builds as well. That could be really bad for Joro, but stops it with his own lancers. On the other hand side, Andy taking not too much damage, but should lose this villager here. Yes, he didn't garrison it, so he did lose it. Could lose another one there, not paying attention to his own villagers. Andy giving Joro a chance for a comeback here now. Only 2 villagers behind, but Andy's still rushing as well. Population space 55 for Andy, 65 for Joro. So Joro actually has more houses up, which is partly down to the 8 stable build order of Andy not allowing him to have that many on houses. And Joro's still raiding here. This might be actually good. Really good position for Joro. He's having to 4 villagers now. Late raids really paying off for Joro. Turning on the lag switch. Well, I think it's me. I don't think they're lagging. Andy dead if he really does the power switch. I there's a few more step lancers in queue, right? And also the halberdiers here to help out. But yeah, numbers are down. That's not when you really want to make this switch here. 37 against 65, so better step lancer numbers for Joro. Joro not switching, still making step lancers and taking amazing fights from the hill yet again. Feels a bit like last game. Let's see if Joro can also get some eco. Trying to go for town centers now, but the castle is up, so bit of out of the danger zone here for Andy now. Maybe he can survive the switch now. Yeah, he is doing the switch. I think the step lancers need to go here and kill the villagers. But Andy already resigns. Wow. Switch did kill him. And Joro taking 2-1 lead. Match point for Joro here. Interesting. Will be kind of quick set. Good KD for Joro. Committing more to the step lancers clown strats. We had that Andy played Masters of Arena today. Not Joro. I don't know if Joro is also playing in Masters of Arena. Maybe you can enlighten me. But Andy did play it today and did lose to Vodka. But John Slow said something really funny when he saw the Real Crown tournament. And he read Real Clown tournament and got angry. What do these DMers think they're the real clowns now? Just bad thoughts from Andy. Yeah, but are they already in the next one again? Yeah, crazy speed from them. And it's game 4. It's always Frank's. So the winner was Joro. That's red. And here is the next game. Welcome to game 4, Frank's Wars set matchup. Each player won his home map and Joro won game 1. So this is a match point for Joro in the red. And we have Andy in the blue going for 8 stables. 8 stables, let's go. Where's the market? 4 racks, 2 castles. Joro going 7 stables as well. And 6 racks, wow. They're going quite all in here. So we're gonna see a lot of paladins, guys, and we see an still alive villager for Andy 12. Joro did lose a will yet again, more prone to losing wills to the scout. The Andy scout still being alive and annoying, but this paladin will get it. But that's 1 paladin less for the rush. Might as well see some again, a lot of villagers dying with these stable starts that Keller does not appreciate. Okay, this one was stopped, and oh god, what? Did Andy lose all his vills again? Why? All the villages are garrisoned? What? And now we're 4 are working on 1 stable? That seems really shaky here. Is really not a map for that? Yeah, it's not a closed map, right? It's a pretty far map. There's big hills in the middle. 2 very forward goals for Joro, but also 2 quite a forward goals for Andy there. And the hills are closer to Joro, which should give him an advantage taking them. And he's dying hard in the rushes. It does look like it. 6 to 9 villagers. Not too much going on the other side. So really nice defense from Joro here. And we can't say that about Andy. Not that many villagers died since it's kind of a long map, 7 to 10. But Joro just does this long rushes. And these long rushes paid out in the games before. Quite some outpost quick walls for Andy. Yeah, Joro literally climbs Barbarian every day. Should have expected this. Yeah, I think it's really good, like, taking... I try to play, every time I play like 5 minutes. 5 games, like 5 starts against Barbarian at least. Before I play something else. And it seems to pay off for Joro here. Also Zayu did it a lot and improved a lot with it, so yeah. One of the things that Joro keeps saying as well, right? And it does seem he is right with that, because his stats are way better than Andy's here. Should be careful not to overcommit here, but he does have the military numbers, 100 to 60. But a lot of it is still on the way, so I'm not sure about those fights. Okay, and he isn't either now going back. Kind of close fights here. Now we should get some trebuchets for Joro if we want to end this game. We retreat down. Not getting. Actually, Joro is out of gold. Andy as well. Let's see if somebody take the market here. No economy, no market taken with all these stables. Wow, that's a bit weird. Nobody sold wood. Joro needs to ride behind that, otherwise he just loses. He's not, but he's also not. Yeah, he's taken rather bad fights. Now Andy is more military, KD is in favor of Andy as well. So yeah, Joro's really giving Andy a chance to get back into this game. But he does have castles. Why not on the hill? I guess more forward to threaten the gold. Okay, yeah, I can see the reasoning. Yeah, so he has this full control of this village now to fall back upon, but we're out of army. 20 military only. Never mind, I forgot Joro is a discipline fight. So. Fight with lower numbers. Also, like, which set was that? Jitba. Jitba fought with really bad numbers in the Han War against Coming as well. Against the market too. But then the next game Coming deleted all his castles, so save Jitba. Yeah, so we might have a longer game than I expected here, since Joro's out of army, but Andy can't really push just yet. Also, only one trebuchet in the queue here for Andy. He stopped this castle, and the Paladins are taking it, are not taking it down, but are trying to raid now. And the important part for Joro is kind of done by having this hill and having control of his goals. Yeah, one in the north there. This villager could actually go finish the castle now. Okay, can't anymore. Was found out. But yeah, kind of easier positions for Joro to go for the neutral goals, but he's not going for the long game. He's going for an attack through the middle. I guess contesting these 2 goals also worth it. Castle here has been deleted. And X-Men numbers are looking better for Joro. 26 to 90. No, a bit. But there's still patterns on the field for Andy, so he has to watch out not to lose all those halberdiers for free, because then the patterns could pounce on the X-Men. The chat is funny. I knew that would happen with that castle. But I guess there's some reason for it. To have better protection forward. Even though, like, you normally would want to see it here. So maybe not that much need to get that annoyed. Even though it seems to be usual according to Dragonstar. That should be a good fight for Joro. Somewhat on the hill with the X-Men as well. Why are we going back? I think we had better X-Men numbers and could have started all this. Yeah, some more Habities are needed since there's still some Paladins on the loot. The Habities should go down really quickly here with 2 big amounts of X-Men. Joro is now doing what Keller said he should, raiding in the back, but there's already castles up there and quite some protection on the eco from Andy. But yeah, villager-wise, Joro 100 and Andy also 92. I expect him to be behind more. 33 on farms already for Andy. 38 for Joro, so both are getting farming eco up, but that should be a really nice fight for Joro. All the X-Men from Andy are meeting their maker, but now the Paladins are in play. And Joro's gonna lose this castle. So maybe not that bad in the end. But I think it's not enough Paladins. Okay, now some Paladins from Joro are joining the fight as well. That should save his X-Men, but one good shot! And that is a decent shot! Another one! Okay, now we are in spread formation. They're quite hurt, but not too many died actually. The castle behind that is even worse. You mean this one? Yeah. And now going forward again, quite some goals there, quite some farming eco. It could also be an overextension. And he trying to get a castle up here. Joro stopping that, but also losing quite some X-Men numbers. And he's down to 22 military though. So could be that Joro dies here. Joro, that Andy dies here, has no military, but there's also not much siege from Joro. Only throwing X-Men in the queue. Feel like he needs to add trebuchets again. Some raids in the back, some raids in the back here. Let's see to keep Andy's farm count down. Yeah, that's what he's trying to do. 52 to 37, so he has some advantage there. Both are struggling for food. Nothing too unusual in a Frank's war. And these trebuchets should go down as well. So there goes the momentum for Andy. Will he take down the castle? Needs to focus the traps. One shot. And the castle survives. Being repaired by a lot of villagers. So that should be really good for Joro. Joro could win the set here. Remember, this is a match point for him. It's the best of 5. And we have a 2-1 lead for Joro. And yeah, quite a significant lead in this game as well. No interest in the neutral goals whatsoever. Both of them completely untouched. Andy wasting gold on traps like always. And yeah, Joro's 200 pop, Andy's 120 pop, but Joro isn't doing anything. Because he doesn't have traps out. Time to spam some trap emotes. Probably Andy's wasting on traps. At least Keller's thinking that, but Joro lacks traps, I would say. Now we have a new castle here. Any comments to that castle, chat? You could have already got anyways to go to traps as always. That's big X-Men now. Over 60 X-Men for Joro. And yeah, trebuchets are melting like nothing man. Are we finally interested in neutral resources? Well, we're building outposts next to them. That's in some form of interest. Joro just takes the extra golds now, he doesn't need traps. Yeah, but as I already said, he's not really interested in that. And he does call it! With the gold being denied here and him losing quite some momentum. 100 to 33. Joro beating Andy 3-1. Think that's a bit down to this being the 3rd tournament for Andy today, but well played by Joro. Dragonstar pointing out, Keller pointing out. Da 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 da. GG! Joro wins! 3-2-1. Here you can see the statistics. Joro also with the earlier economy here. and a bit more villagers. Less castles, but Andy's castles were all cramped in, like, trying to defend his resource. You can see the timeline here. How Andy lost a lot to the rush and wasn't able to come back from that, even though Joro wasted all his army here and could have given the game back to Andy, but he wasn't quick enough at pushing back the position that Joro had taken, which in the end gave him the win here. And yeah, GG's. Andy going down to the lower bracket.